The Young and the Restless, spoilers for the next 2 weeks, June 30th to July 11th, reveal that Amanda Sinclair will clash with Devin Winters and try to keep the party going in Nice, while Cain Ashby secretly visits Genoa City. During the week of June 30th, July 4th, Holden Novak will have some updates for Cain regarding their secret real estate arrangement. Although Holden will think he's keeping things quiet regarding his continued employment, some trouble's brewing. Cain will get a reminder of the past when he sees another familiar face in GC. This could have something to do with Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson's investigation, since they're about to unravel some Aristotle Dumas shockers. Chelsea will ultimately catch a con job, so she may figure out that Cain's been posing as Dumas all this time. Adam and Chelsea will put their heads together, so they may determine that Holden helped Cain score all those pivotal properties downtown. By the end of all this, Adam will catch a flight to Nice and do whatever it takes to get up that mountain. It won't be easy due to the wiped-out tracks, but Adam will feel obligated to share all the discoveries he's made with Victor Newman. In the meantime, Phyllis Summers will sniff around and try to gain the upper hand. It looks like Phyllis may do some eavesdropping or barge in on someone else's conversation to learn important intel. Next, Victoria Newman and Claire Newman will face their worst nightmare when Cole Howard insists it's time to say farewell to them both. Cole won't think it's going to make it as his condition continues to decline. If this turns into a real tragedy and Cole passes away, Claire may not be able to get that news to Kyle due to lack of cell service. Despite Diane Jenkins Abbott's concerns, Kyle will be busy getting too close for comfort with Audra Charles in Nice. Although Kyle will assure Diane that he's got this under control, he may be a little overconfident. The same goes for Audra, since Y&R spoilers hint that she may head into dangerous territory with Kyle soon enough. The week of July 7 and 11 will bring some wild moments, so Audra and Kyle could wind up surrendering to temptation if they're not careful. That could work well for Audra's plan with Victor Newman. But what about her personal relationship with Nate Hastings? Audra may end up stuck in a mess right along with Kyle as this storyline moves along. Of course, Chance Chancellor will continue to investigate Cain's claims about someone plotting to kill him. That someone could indeed make an attempt on Cain's life soon, but could another character get in the way? Regardless, the show will gear up for a whodunit, while Mariah Copeland spins out back in Genoa City. Will some flashbacks finally reveal the details of what really happened that night between Mariah and that mystery man? Sharon Newman will no doubt worry about Mariah since she hasn't been able to contact her and check in. Tessa will also lean on Daniel Romalotti Jr. as she continues to cope with a difficult separation. However, Daniel may have something to celebrate soon since Danny Romalotti is planning a marriage proposal. Danny seems poised to get down on one knee and ask Christine Blair to make him the happiest man alive. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Christine and Danny's engagement should get locked in soon, so stay tuned for their next chapter. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Pulse Canvas. It's me, Julie here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching. So let's dive into today's video. The Young and the Restless spoilers are in for the week of June 30th, 2025. Fans can expect Mariah Copeland to continue unraveling. Victoria Newman gets news about Cole Howard. Plus, Holden Novak seizes a golden opportunity. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. Next week, fans can expect Mariah to continue struggling with her secret. The redhead told Tessa Porter that she committed an unforgivable betrayal. While fans saw flashbacks of Mariah drinking with an older gentleman, she shut down after that. Then, in an even more shocking move, Mariah separated from her wife. The walls close in on Mariah in the upcoming week. So, I have to wonder if Mariah will continue to unravel. It's clear that the secret is far more sinister than cheating. Could Mariah have committed a crime? Is that what she means by it being not safe to tell Tessa the truth? Over in the south of France, everyone will still be at Aristotle Dumas, aka Cain Ashby's isolated estate. Phyllis Summers will continue sniffing around. She actually ends up scoring some pretty valuable information. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Holden grabs onto a golden opportunity. In a weekly preview clip, Holden is seen talking about a secret arrangement with Cain. So, the plot is thickening. fans can also expect Abby Winters to learn some information from Chance Chancellor. Fans know that Cain told Chance that someone was going to kill him, but he didn't know who. So, Chance might share some of this with Abby. Lily Winters will demand to know why Amanda Sinclair didn't give her a heads up about Cain. Nick Newman questions Damian Cain about his former boss. Of course, Damian will continue to claim that he doesn't know anything about the man. It is also stated that Cain ends up reconnecting with someone from the past. Amanda gets into a heated debate with Devin Winters. Adam Newman shocks everyone by showing up at the party. This could be connected to Chelsea Lawson smelling a scam. Also, it seems that Victoria Newman gets some bad news about Cole. In a preview clip, Cole calls Victoria and Claire Grace Newman to say goodbye. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates reveal tragedy may be ahead for Claire and Victoria Newman. Cole Howard, after several months of macho refusal of medical care, is in a hospital in Chicago with a diagnosis of Legionnaire's disease, and it may well be fatal. A troubling new chapter looms for the Newman family, and this has nothing to do with Cain Ashby. Fans of Young and Restless felt a wave of anxiety when Cole returned from a lengthy business trip, plagued by a severe cough and lacking energy. However, it was the events that followed that heightened the concern. During Nikki Newman's birthday celebration, Victoria's ex-husband and current partner experienced a serious coughing episode and some dizziness while dancing with her. Although he claimed to be recovering from his mysterious illness, he had also experienced a dizzy spell earlier at Crimson Lights. We should have anticipated something was amiss when he arrived late to the birthday party, attributing it to some issues stemming from this bug he's been fighting. Before we realized it, Cole had encountered a setback, and Victoria was shouting for someone to dial 911. In classic stubborn male soap opera character style, Cole resisted going to the doctor until he was ultimately compelled to acknowledge that he couldn't continue like this for another minute. What ensued was both alarming and encouraging, as Claire's father was admitted to a premier hospital in Chicago. Surely, things would improve now that he was receiving top-notch care and being treated with antibiotics. However, Cole still hasn't returned home, and when Victoria and Claire met Nate Hastings in Genoa City, it was disclosed that he had been diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease. This is, of course, a potentially deadly type of pneumonia. The crucial point here is that it can be treated more effectively if detected early. We must consider how long Cole delayed seeking treatment, first isolating himself in a suite at the athletic club, and then rejecting Victoria's numerous persuasion efforts. Since he wouldn't allow her to persuade him to go back to the hospital for evaluation, unfortunately, he may have sealed his own fate. Indeed, in the preview for next week, we see him telling Claire and Victoria that it's time to bid farewell. Are they or aren't they getting back together? Nick and Sharon seem to be cozy on The Young and the Restless. It's safe to say their trip to London helped them establish their relationship. But what does this mean for them? Are they getting back together or not? Their slow-burning relationship has us thinking about their status. We're confused by Nick's and Sharon's relationship status. The exes went on a trip to London. Nick told Victoria that they eloped during their time there. Then, he took it back and said he was joking. But Victoria didn't believe him. She was just as confused as we were. Nick and Sharon claim to love one another. What also hasn't helped matters is that they've been spending a lot of time together lately. Nick and Sharon are endgame, whether they like it or not. They might not end up there soon, but they will have plenty of romantic moments available to them. In fact, we have yet to see them get romantic. This is the first time that Nick has been single for a while and hasn't been chasing a woman down. This shows that he could finally be fully committed to Sharon. He was committed to her during the darkest moments of her life. Sharon clearly wants Nick romantically, but she hasn't made any moves. That's probably because of her friendship with Phyllis. The arch-enemies finally reconciled after they were kidnapped together. Phyllis now considers Sharon one of her best friends. Because of this, Sharon doesn't want to ruin their friendship. If so, they will end up back where they started, fighting over Nick. What are your thoughts on Sharon and Nick's relationship? Do you think they'll eventually get back together? Do you love them together? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. Cain came back to turn Genoa City upside down. Of course, This week's messiest move had to go to Cain Ashby on The Young and the Restless. He revealed himself as Aristotle Dumas. This is the man who's been keeping most of Genoa City waiting for several months. What's his deal? Cain used the fake name Aristotle Dumas, which worked out in his favor. He ended up as a billionaire with many businesses under his belt. When Cain revealed himself to his guests this week, they were shocked to find that the mysterious and reclusive businessman was Lily's and Billy's half-brother. Lily was particularly upset to learn that her ex-husband had returned to their lives, but only to shake up their worlds. Cain was never particularly a good guy. He always had a pattern of deception, lies, secrets, and manipulation. This is just another one of his elaborate schemes. This is the same man who pretended to be his evil twin, Caleb. However, coming back and pretending that everything is okay is especially messy. Cain can't expect to start anew with his former wife, friends, and family members. They're already wondering what his deal is. Of course, there's always something to his madness. This time, Cain believes that someone is out to murder him. That's why he rounded up Genoa City's elite. He wants to get to the bottom of this so-called murder mystery. But is it another trap? Cain loves to distract people and hit them when they're not looking. What are your thoughts on Cain's return? Do you think he'll eventually get accepted by Genoa City? Or do you think he'll find himself heading back to the French Riviera? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Celebrity Dirty Laundry. Spoilers for the upcoming week's episodes of The Young and the Restless from June 30th, 2025 to July 4th, 2025 reveal that things will take a dramatic turn for the residents of Genoa City. Spoilers indicate that Cain Ashby and Chance Chancellor will have to spend their time working together to track a criminal around the city. Meanwhile, Damian Cain could end up being wrongly accused of being the one who had been trying to hurt residents of Genoa City. Amy Lewis will try her best to save him from the upcoming whodunit chase. In addition to these developments, Claire Newman and Victoria Newman will go to the Chicago hospital to meet with Cole Howard. In the upcoming week's episodes of The Young and the Restless from June 30th, 2025 to July 4th, 2025, spoilers reveal that things will get extremely cumbersome in Nice, France. Cain Ashby will correctly predict that someone had been trying their best to kill him, but he will be unable to immediately track the victim down. Spoilers reveal that another resident of Genoa City might end up on the killer's hit list, and that person could be Chance Chancellor. Spoilers also reveal that Chance will remain on high alert and might end up uncovering the name of the criminal, and this would endanger him. One of Cain Ashby's guests might go missing, which would generate chaos and panic among the other attendees of the party. Cain will feel responsible, realizing that he had endangered the lives of the people who had come to the party. The plot hints that a corpse could potentially be found as well on the property, which will make the people scramble to save their lives. Spoilers for the upcoming week's episodes of The Young and the Restless reveal that Damian Cain might be in danger. Recently on the show, when Damian had left Genoa City, Amy Lewis had felt a chill down her spine and had been unable to place her fear. However, in the coming episodes of the daily soap, Damian would be falsely accused of being a criminal and might end up in trouble. Previously, Damian had found Cain's knife collection on the train, and his fingerprints had been all over them. So, his fingerprints could be found on the murder weapon. In the coming episodes of The Young and the Restless, spoilers reveal that Claire Newman and Victoria Newman will visit Cole Howard in the Chicago hospital. Cole will insist the two of them had made it back in time, but they will not understand what he is referring to. Cole will explain that he wanted to say goodbye to them for the last time, since his Legionnaire's disease was not responding to treatment. Genoa City is reeling from a revelation so explosive it threatens to upend the entire power structure of its most powerful families. In a shocking twist, Jill Abbott exposes a secret that has been buried for decades. Victor Newman is the biological father of Billy Abbott. This bombshell not only shatters Billy's sense of identity, but sends shockwaves through the Abbott, Newman, and Chancellor families, reshaping relationships, alliances, and ambitions with terrifying speed. The fallout is immediate and devastating. Nikki Newman collapses upon hearing the truth, unable to process the implications of her husband fathering a child with another woman during a time they considered sacred. Even Victor, the cold and calculating titan of the business world, is momentarily stunned. For a man who prides himself on control, this revelation forces him to confront a truth he never anticipated. He has another son. And not just any son, but Billy Abbott, a man he has fought for years. At the epicenter of the storm is Billy himself, caught between outrage and existential crisis. Everything he thought he knew about himself is unraveling. As he struggles with feelings of betrayal, confusion, and buried resentment, old wounds with Victor resurface, complicated now by an undeniable blood tie. In the past, Billy sought to carve his identity in opposition to Victor. But now he's faced with the uncomfortable reality that a part of him is his Newman by blood, and perhaps by nature. Cain Ashby, long a friend and ally to Billy, in his resistance against Victor's empire, seizes the opportunity to propose a bold and dangerous plan: take over Newman Enterprises from within. But the trust between Cain and Billy begins to fracture. Is Billy truly loyal to Cain's cause? Or is he tempted by the opportunity to prove himself to Victor, to finally step into his father's world, not as an outsider, but as an heir? In a move that raises eyebrows across Genoa City, Billy approaches Victor directly. They form a tense, secretive alliance, each man hiding their true intentions. Unbeknownst to Victor, Billy continues feeding information to Cain, playing both sides in a dangerous game of deception. The dynamic quickly morphs into a volatile triangle of trust and betrayal, with all three men circling each other like predators. Meanwhile, Victoria Newman and Phyllis Summers maneuver quietly in the background, aware that the revelation of Billy's paternity could shift the balance of power within Newman Enterprises. For Victoria, it's a potential threat to her position. For Phyllis, it's an opportunity, perhaps even leverage. But Cain's war doesn't stop with the Newmans. Behind the scenes, he is orchestrating a sophisticated real estate conspiracy involving shell companies, offshore accounts, and illegal acquisitions. His ultimate aim? Wrest control of Chancellor Industries and cripple the Newmans financially. Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson, both with their own complicated histories with Cain, unite to investigate his dealings. Their alliance uncovers evidence of international fraud, dirty money, and a financial web so vast it could bring down multiple empires. Their pursuit of the truth brings them into direct conflict with Cain, whose motives grow darker by the day. Amid the chaos, Amanda Sinclair is stationed at Fort Dumas in Nice, overseeing a curated group of elite guests. While Cain remains mysteriously absent, she must play hostess and confidant, all while safeguarding Cain's secrets. Whispers spread, suspicions rise. Amanda, always composed and rational, finds herself under immense pressure as her loyalty to Cain is tested. Her psychological finesse becomes crucial as she manipulates social dynamics to prevent anyone from uncovering the truth. The battle lines are drawn. Victor publicly confronts Cain in a fiery showdown, making it clear that this war isn't just about companies. It's about legacy, blood, and vengeance. The personal becomes political. Every decision, every secret, carries consequences with the power to destroy reputations, relationships, and entire families. In the end, what emerges is a story of legacy redefined. The revelation of Billy's true parentage forces every character to reevaluate their sense of self, their alliances, and their place in Genoa City's unforgiving hierarchy. Trust becomes currency. Secrets become weapons. And love, whether familial, romantic, or self-directed, is pushed to its breaking point. As Genoa City braces for the storm ahead, the young and the restless once again delivers the perfect fusion of personal drama and corporate warfare. In a world where no one is safe and every truth is double-edged, the only certainty is that power always comes at a price. And for Billy, Victor, Cain, and Amanda, that price is only beginning to be paid. As most of the Young and the Restless cast is in the show's version of the French Riviera this month, Y&R's costumer Mandy Line had her work cut out for her. When Y&R costume designer Mandy Line first read the scripts about the cast going to the Aristotle Dumas estate in the French Riviera for the mysterious billionaire's big reveal, she knew one thing. She couldn't just go to the characters' existing closets and pick out their traveling wardrobes. Line had to start fresh, but told Y&R Insider that the most important thing was keeping them iconic. Standing backstage amongst the outfits, Line explained that it was going to be a very interesting few days as she planned each character's French Riviera wardrobe. In Genoa City, I could never do this, so it was an opportunity to go bigger than I usually do. And that's a tall order, Lean laughed. Melody Thomas Scott agreed. I can only give Mandy Line all the credit in the world, she began. She is fairly new to our show as costume designer. She's incredibly talented, and yes, Nikki has a fabulous wardrobe for the south of France. Scott added that everyone involved in the Dumas storyline looked fantastic, thanks to Lean. Mandy Line says that one of the coolest aspects of her job is what goes on behind the scenes. She sorts each character's clothes on the racks with a divider. Obviously, this keeps things organized, but it's also imperative to her creativity. The first hanger in the section for each character has a tag with notes of the scene, a bag of the accessories, and the complete outfit details, plus a photo of the actor in the costume. Hanging on racks around the room, Line can easily compare outfit patterns and colors and ensure they will complement one another, not duplicate or clash. Michelle Morgan appreciated Line's creativity for her character, Amanda Sinclair. The recently returned actress shared that Line wanted to give Amanda a fashion boost from her usual business suits to outfits with more flair. Morgan said she was all for it. As for Aristotle Dumas, Line paid special attention to the details. A simple sweater was actually finely woven with weight and texture, and was focused on how he would wear it in his scenes. Line divulged that she had met the new character ahead of time and was excited to help him bring the character to life with an effortless and cool look. On The Young and the Restless, Cain has suggested that someone will try to kill him before the week is done. What are the chances? Let's take a stab at it, shall we? Cain Ashby has been torturing riddle lovers everywhere for months now while pretending to be Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious billionaire who's been smarting the great Victor Newman out of business deals for 6 years now, undetected. But now that he's revealed himself, there's more to come. Cain implied to Amanda that he had more secrets. And apparently, there's a dinner that can't be missed tomorrow at Cain's estate in the French Riviera. But a few things have happened, both on the show and outside of it, that make us wonder what's about to happen. Since we know there are no better armchair super sleuths than those on the internet, we present to you the facts. Billy Flynn recently likened his story on The Young and the Restless to The Great Gatsby. Okay, he might have been talking about Cain and Lily and comparing them to Gatsby and Daisy, but we already had the analogy for 6 months of Aristotle and the Count of Monte Cristo, so much so that I actually watched the movie. Point being that we didn't need to liken it to yet another classic tale, except there is a murder in The Great Gatsby. And that got us thinking. Cain pulled Chance aside and told him that he was concerned that by the end of the week, someone was going to kill him. How and who were our first questions. There are plenty of people there, none of whom we'd have to sleep with one eye open. Okay, maybe Phyllis if she was really mad, or Sharon if her drugs were poisoned. But unless Damien has that raging fury that his mom lamented about, is there really anyone on the train that would actually try to kill Cain? Secondly, how they would do it is important, only because Damien just happened to find a knife collection on the train and handled them. Thanks, fingerprints. We might not have it figured out who would try to kill Cain, but we can bet Damien would be a suspect. Will there be an attempted murder? The train tracks and road to the estate were wrecked in the storm, so they are sort of stranded there. But Adam manages to make it up the mountain on foot. If he can, someone else can too, especially if they're driven by revenge. Spoilers of the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera, The Young and the Restless, airing on June 30th, 25. Promise more drama at Cain Ashby's fancy chateau in Nice. The storm has left the guests stuck there, and tensions are rising. As everyone starts to question Cain's real plans, the episode will continue to explore old conflicts and growing doubts. During this episode of The Young and the Restless, Cain's evening doesn't go exactly as planned. Secrets start coming out, and guests begin to face off in emotional conversations. Some private talks come with hidden agendas, while old relationship issues resurface. Viewers can expect more drama, changing loyalties, and surprising twists as the night goes on. Cain on The Young and the Restless has been acting like a friendly host, but behind the scenes, he has his own plans. Now that the truth about Aristotle Dumas has come out, Cain's next steps are more important than ever. He's planning another surprise for the guests stuck at the chateau. One that gives him a chance to have private talks, especially with Jack Abbott. With the rivalry between the Abbotts and Newmans still going strong, Cain might try to show he's on Jack's side, at least for now. Even though Cain says he's supporting Jack, he still secretly wants control of Chancellor. He's made Victor think he has let go of that goal, but in Monday's episode, it becomes clear that Cain is still working on a plan. As he talks about teaming up with Jack, viewers will wonder if he's being honest or just using Jack. Either way, Cain is clearly using the Abbott-Newman fight to help himself. Michael Baldwin on The Young and the Restless isn't working for Victor anymore, so he's stuck in the middle. Cain sees this as a chance to bring Michael to his side, but Michael isn't quick to trust him. He's still unsure about Cain's real plans. Even if Michael listens to what Cain has to say, he still cares about Victor. If Cain says or does something suspicious, Michael might tell Victor right away. Another heated argument comes when Devon questions Amanda about helping Cain. Devon believes Cain is using the party to distract everyone from his plans, and he's angry that Amanda seems to be going along with it. But Amanda doesn't back down. She makes it clear she's loyal to her boss, not to Devon, no matter how much he doubts her. As the night continues, Cain keeps a tight hold on what people know, making everyone even more suspicious. Devon feels that more shocking secrets are coming soon, and the other guests are also on edge, wondering what Cain will reveal next. With so many secrets and tense relationships, this episode will bring fans one step closer to debunking the mystery. The Young and the Restless spoilers imply that ever since Michelle Morgan took a step back from the CBS soap back in 2022, moving from contract to recurring status, her returns have been impactful but short. In a recent interview with Soap Opera Digest, she talks about her new storyline and how it'll be more of a substantial run versus what fans have been used to in the past. Y&R fans are used to seeing Amanda back for a couple of episodes when she returns and then exits the canvas. However, this won't be the case this time around. Michelle tells Aod that she and the show discussed a nice little story arc for her character. She adds this current storyline has been a really fun one to play out, and we'll see how long it goes for. Much like fans, Michelle was kept in the dark about Aristotle Dumas and his true identity. The actress told Sod that as Y&R's head writer and executive producer Josh Griffith keeps his cards very close to his chest, she didn't know that Cain Ashby was Dumas until a week before they filmed the reveal scene. Some fans believed there could be a romance brewing between Cain and Amanda, but Michelle sets the record straight. She tells SOD she's his attorney, she's his confidant, she's really his right-hand man or woman. And I mean, that's really all that we know right now. The actress also hints that Y&R viewers can anticipate seeing more of Amanda, as Michelle reveals there are a lot of exciting things to come. She relays Bumei. It really is going to push Amanda to a point of really reflecting on how much of a role she played to get to where they end up. So, everybody has to keep watching, because the Cain reveal is not the end. There's a lot of drama going on, and there's a lot that we have in store that gets very interesting. Welcome to the Young and the Restless Daily YAPP for a quick, and by that, I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. On The Young and the Restless, we're learning more about Cain and where he's been for 6 years. Well, we're scratching the surface. More like it. But in flashbacks, Lily is remembering how she and Cain had a fight at an outdoor restaurant, and he lost his temper. But what's strange is how the conversation went down. Cain tried to explain that his dad was dying, and he wanted Colin to see Maddie and Charlie. Lily freaked out that Cain wanted to bring their kids around his bad influence father and forbade him from doing it. Cain got especially mad when Lily added that she was going to prevent him from seeing his kids, and Lily snapped that him losing his temper wasn't going to help make her change his mind. Huh? Maddie and Charlie are adults, as Cain even pointed out to her. So what was Lily saying? That she would do or say something to make them turn on their dad? All because he wants them to meet their grandfather before he dies? Okay, yeah, Colin's a lot of things, but again, they are all adults. Sorry, Lily, but one would think that that conversation in particular would have been a reminder not to go back, rather than to motivate him to one day construct another identity, immeasurable wealth, and want to give it all up to win back the woman who would threaten to take his kids away rather than have a conversation. Want more details? We got you! Soap Central has the best full Y&R recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each and every one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not, seriously, do not forget to read the 2 scoops for some laughs in the as close as we can come to being a watching party without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below.